Guess what? I hit 200 subscribers. Do you know what that means? That means it's time for a Q&A. So, as you guys saw in the beginning, I have finally hit 200 subscribers. And I know to some people that's not a lot, but to me that's an accomplishment, especially because I'm doing this because I love it, not for the numbers. So seeing 200 people that just genuinely love my channel makes me happy. And so I wanted to go ahead and do a Q&A for you guys. I had posted in a group that I am in on Facebook, and I asked for some questions. And this is what my subscribers came up with. I'm going to go ahead and read them off. The channel name that asked me the question is going to be linked in the description box below. And you guys can go ahead and subscribe to each other if you have not already. And let's get started. My first question is from Tina Maughan, and she asked why I started my channel. I really just needed a hobby, and I needed something to do for myself. And it also helps me document memories with my kids. So I figured, why not? My next question is from Daniel from Ninja Killer 560. And he asked me what my goal is for this year on YouTube. I would like to meet the new requirements that are posted by YouTube, but my main goal is to connect better with my subscribers and to post content that is engaging for them and their liking. So if you guys have any suggestions, comments. My next question is from Nancy, and her channel name is Adventures of the Splendid Blended Family. And her question for me is, why did you and your family move from the West Coast to the East Coast? The company that my husband works for, he is a technician, and they decided to move us from Los Angeles, California to Houston to open up a new office. We made that pit stop in Houston for 3 years, and then after that, they decided to open another office here in Columbia, Maryland, and so we ended up having to move again. Because my husband is the breadwinner and I'm a stay-at-home mom, I kind of got to go wherever he needs to go. So that is why we moved from West Coast to East Coast. My next question is from Jen from Erica Sari-Sari, and she asked me what I think about the new YouTube rules. So at first I was a little mad, and then I was a little discouraged, and I've been reading up more on it, and it's actually a really good thing that YouTube is doing this because it weeds out the smaller subscribers that are not posting all the time content, and they're just doing one viral video and then getting paid for it. YouTube is a business, so they do have to look out for their best interest as well as ours. And so even though I was so close to hitting 10,000 lifetime views and having it stripped away from me, I understand where YouTube is coming from, and it gives the people who are actually working hard on their channels more of an opportunity to make money and earn for their hard work. So I have to say that even though I didn't agree with it at first, I think that it is a good thing that YouTube did change their guidelines. Melanie from Tink OR Bell asked me if I could live anywhere, where would it be and why? So I'm going to go ahead and say Texas, that I would move back there because that's where I felt the most at home. Even though I was born and raised in California, it's just the place that I felt more comfortable. And then we moved to Maryland, and I just kind of feel out of place being here, but I would definitely move back to Texas if I got the opportunity. Angela from Nicole Chu asked me, what would be your dream vacation for you and your family? Well, my husband's been hounding me to go on a cruise because I've never been. I am one of those people that watch the Titanic, so I don't really want to go on a cruise, and my husband is like, come on, like you won't even know that you're on a boat when you're out there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure that's how the people on the Titanic felt too. If I had to pick a cruise, I would say the Disney cruise. And that's just because I'm such a big Disney fan and so are my kids. So I would say the Disney cruise would be my dream vacation for me and my family. So this next question is from somebody that I actually grew up with since I was like 10 years old, and she still lives in California even though I still live in Maryland. Her name is Shelbi Ovrid. And she asked me, I know you don't have that much me time, but if you did, what would be the one thing that you would do for yourself? The one thing that I would do for myself is probably just go back to work. Like if I could find childcare and like somebody that I trusted to watch my kids, then I would probably end up going back to work, because I have been working since I was 16 and I took off of work to become a stay-at-home mom when Jackson was born. And I really just miss being in a work environment with other people and just, you know, moving around and like doing things. So I would say the one thing I would do for me is go back to work. My next question is from Jessica, and her channel is Moments with Mercy. And she asked me what my favorite thing to do with my kids is. I would have to say my favorite thing to do with my kids is to like just cuddle and like snuggle up and watch a movie and just get like all the cute little hugs and baby kisses. And that's just because I feel like my kids are growing up way too fast and I just kind of can't get a grip on how fast they are growing. So I would just like cuddle up with them and just love them while they're still little. I would say that's my favorite thing to do with my kids. My last question is from Christy from the Sweely Life. And her question for me is, do I plan on having any more kids? And if you guys have not seen my video for McKenzie's birth and pregnancy story, I will link that in the description box below. I knew that after I had McKenzie that I would not be able to mentally or emotionally go through a pregnancy like that again. I decided that when they told me McKenzie was a girl, because I already had a little boy, that I finally had my pair and that I would just go ahead and tie my tubes. They asked me if I was sure, they questioned and questioned, and I think it was just the best decision for me to be able to be mentally aware of where I was and be engaged with my kids that I already have. Because that was a very, very hard pregnancy for me. So no more kids in our future. And even though they didn't ask me a question, I have to shout out Kenny's channel. His channel is JCTV, and he was actually my 200 subscriber and he helped me get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shout out his channel. You guys, I absolutely love his channel. He's actually linked below in my favorite channels on my main page underneath my videos. And the reason is because he has the most beautiful family and they just genuinely love each other, and you can tell that they enjoy each other's company, and it just radiates through every single video. So I absolutely love his channel. So if you guys have not checked it out, you guys should go click on it in the description box and give him a subscribe because he's great. Leave in the comments below if you have any other questions, and maybe I will do a part 2 for this Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit the bell so you get notifications for my upcoming content, and we will see you guys in the next video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up.